Welcome back, one and all, to our coverage of the St. Patty's Day Meltdown in Fort Collins, Colorado. We have the last 9 holes coming up for you here, last 9 holes of the tournament, and we'll be heading into hole 10, which is arguably the most difficult hole on the course.
Definitely, especially when they use that double mando, but even without that, it's a pretty difficult hole. So right now, Joe's leading the card with at 10 down, with Kyle right behind him at 9. Justin's closing the gap at 7, and Luis right there behind him at 5.
So how difficult all the holes are on this course, everyone's keeping each other honest.
Yeah. So here we have a double mando they have to navigate through on this 711-foot hole.
And as you can see from the stats, almost half of everyone goes over par on this hole.
Yeah. And it showed that the average score last year was 4.7. At least he's through the mando.
Yeah, test the edges of the mando, but it should be pretty forable from there. Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't know if he missed the mando, but it's almost better to miss the mando at that rate.
Right. I don't believe he did miss the mando, but like you said, that's not necessarily a good thing.
That did not miss the mando.
No, and that'll be just fine, but that's a little block now.
That's rough. That looked like a great drive.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just a little too good. And Joe's testing the edge of the mando too. And did he go through? Did he get through on the right side?
Got through, yeah. Okay. He got through. Just barely punched through the tree, but he made the mando.
Oh, that's dangerous. But it looks like he's going to get enough flare. Oh, no, he's not. Did he, roll up onto the bank there of snow and roll back off?
I'm not sure.
It looked like it was going to flare up enough, but... Nice. He just barely missed the one tree that you definitely have to miss, and wow, he's going to have a putt for 3.
Yeah, that's a little outside the circle, probably. I'd say maybe 40 to 45 feet, but
great
definitely
upshot,
a look.
A little bit of snow in his run-up.
Yeah.
It looked like it might have affected him just a little bit.
Yeah, probably kept him from being able to turn it over like he was hoping, because he needed that to turn over a little more.
At least he did get through that tree, though.
True.
Wow, that's just barely out.
Yeah, I don't know if that's where it finished or not, but it might have been.
Yeah, that's where he was taking his lie from, so it must have curled back in bounds and then curled back off.
Yeah. So here's the look Luis has. That is kind of a tight gap.
Yeah. Looked like he definitely... Wow. Look at it. Nice pose. Oh, wow. Look at that shot, too.
That's just about perfect.
What a shot. That's awesome. Parked for an
Kyle
easy birdie. That's amazing.
Get his up and down.
Wow. Wonder if he was trying to give that a half a run or something. Great shot either way. Joe's giving that a run. Not too far past. So this is for potentially 2 birdies on this hole. If Justin can hammer this one home.
Just didn't quite commit to that one.
Yeah. Wow, and Luis still isn't tapping in his birdie yet.
Yeah. Always nice when you're the last one to putt and it's for your birdie.
Oh, yeah. Are they going to let him putt last? Ah, no.
That is a very difficult birdie to get. That's so impressive.
Hard. That's awesome. Wow, Kyle taking one of those over par strokes that we saw over half the field, or about half the field taking.
Yeah.
And Luis with a rare birdie on that hole. That's an awesome shot, especially with the fall down during the throw.
Yeah.
It looked like it was a bit of an awkward lie, and
had to throw it low under those branches and
made the best of that.
Made a really great move from there. Here we have the dreaded island hole. They give you that area to kind of lay up and then toss across if you want, but you don't see anybody really going for that play on with these guys.
It's a 250-foot hole, and the green is 20 feet on either side of the basket, so you really feel like you should be able to hit it any time.
Right. There shouldn't be any reason to want to lay up.
He knows that's wide. That's extra wide. Oh, and that looks like it came out a little early, too. Is that going to stay on? Or no chance.
I know Joe was a little frustrated. He had to wait for quite a few people on bikes.
Yeah, it looked like there was a small child coming up the hill on a bike. That looks a little wide, too. Oh, good skip.
Yeah, that was well played, actually. It's always kind of risky on whether you're going to get enough skip from there or not.
Yeah. Joe just laying that up, potentially. I know there's a little bit of tailwind. He looked kind of frustrated about it. Just a little low also.
Yeah. So here we have Luis for his birdie.
Mm-hmm.
Always nice when you can get the birdie look on the island holes. Shouldn't be any problem putting a hole like this close like they did, but you call it an island and it gets in your head.
Yeah. And we've seen some issues with that like we did last round.
Right.
Just because you're on the island, it doesn't guarantee you anything.
That is true.
But it feels like it should. And
indeed.
The hole will live up to its reputation here, giving out 2 birdies and 2 bogeys.
It is kind of known for that.
Yeah.
You don't see very many pars on that hole.
No, it's potentially, like I was talking with Coda about, it's probably the most birdied and bogeyed hole on the course.
Right. So this one plays really tough. 594 feet up onto the top of the culvert. A lot of OB surrounding that basket.
And this year they elevated it.
Right, add a little bit more challenge to it. Eagle made it seem too easy last year, I guess.
Yeah, I bet he still would have made the putt, though.
Right?
Put the basket 10 feet higher, he's still getting that eagle.
Oh, those groundhogs drive me nuts. They always make me think they're laughing at me.
Talking some smack. Kyle's about to hit one. Wouldn't be the first time on this hole.
It does make you want to try sometimes.
Yeah. They're usually pretty good about getting out of the way.
Yeah.
There are enough hawks over here, they know their place. Oh, that disc needs to know its place and get stable.
I think there's a little bit of headwind. You can see the sign kind of blowing back towards them.
Yeah, there definitely
they can feel it more when you get out there, so they weren't quite feeling what was actually there either.
Yeah, kind of a head left, right, and I think yesterday it was a little more of a tailwind.
Right. That's exactly where you want to put it. Nice open look up towards the basket.
Because when you get over here to the right side of this tree, or if you get a little too short, you don't really have as good of an upshot as you could. That looked pretty darn perfect. That's an amazing shot from that lie.
That really is. It is so hard to pull that shot off. That was amazing. Kyle's not looking at too much different, to be honest.
Oh, wow. That's a great shot, too. He just barely cleared that concrete.
Yeah,
if he doesn't clear that, he's
played it just perfect. And if you clear it much higher, you're probably going way past it.
Luis just snapping one nose up. And is that going to stay safe there?
That one did stay safe.
Oh, man. Put it close.
Yeah, I think it might have actually kind of skipped off the top of the concrete itself.
Wow. And that's 3 at least that are very close for their... Oh, that's a fun putt. Oh, man. Hey, at least it sat by the basket.
Yeah, that's a really well played hole by this group to be walking away with a par, and the rest of them look to have pretty easy birdie putts. It should be birdies from here on out.
Wonder what flavor of sunflower seed Luis is chewing on there.
It's always something, right?
Yeah. Were those the chile limon? Were those the sea salt and black pepper? Let me know, Lou. Let me know what you're eating there.
That is a really impressive set of scores for that hole.
Yeah. Still no star birdie, but
No, still no
waiting
star
on the star birdie. But like you said, going 3 down on the card on that hole is pretty impressive.
Yeah, not any bogeys on that hole. That's really impressive.
Luis was an elevated basket away from that being a star frame.
Right. This one, the green makes this a really difficult hole. You got to really position this drive right, or you're not going to have a look to get onto this kind of island green.
And the drive is a little pinched, especially if you're going for the backhand. The sidearm's not as bad, but if you're going for the backhand turnover, the tree placement on this fairway really pinches the line.
Yeah,
Makes
that's
it really
a
easy
really
to do that.
common play. Yeah, especially with the branches sticking out on these early trees on the left side, you can't do the big Anheuser around. That'll be okay, but you have some questionable footing. That grass is dead, so it's kind of slippery.
Yeah, he might be able to bust out a sidearm from there without doing too much on the footing, but Luis might have something similar up there too on the hill, doing a sidearm upshot.
Yeah, and that really is the preferred line for the second shot on this hole. It gives you a good left to right turn towards the basket.
If you have a good sidearm, it's a great shot. That needs to get safe. And it stayed safe.
Just barely.
Oh, wow.
Joe throwing the low skip across the pavement too, but his just kept sliding.
It's definitely safe.
You don't see Lou throw very many sidearms.
No, and that's wise. He has a backhand.
There's no need to, and you can do that. And Kyle's in a great position. He's got pretty much any shot he wants to throw.
And he's going to go for the park job. Now, Luis doesn't have a terrible sidearm, but you're right, he doesn't throw it too often, but I think I remember, both the times he threw a sidearm this round? The one time he threw a sidearm this round, he got a birdie.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I can't remember if he threw the sidearm on hole 4? A little bit up the hill hole. I can't remember if he did a backhand or a sidearm.
Yeah, he did do a sidearm on that one.
So that's a couple sidearm birdies.
And that was I believe he was the only... No, Joe birdied that one also. Which, here again, Joe is for birdie.
Good putt.
That's how he wins so many tournaments here in Colorado, is he doesn't miss too many of those.
No, not really.
Everybody has their off day, but he has fewer than most.
Oh, that caught.
Yeah, that almost slid out the back.
Good catch.
You don't see too many of those on the Mach X, but...
No, but they happen.
Yeah, you don't want to hit those off to the side at all. You need to hit them pretty center.
Top card keeps rolling, 3 out of 4 again on the birdies.
Yep.
And again, not an easy hole.
No. Definitely one that has a tendency to give some over par strokes to the cards, for sure.
This one, I'm surprised this plays as an average of 3.7. I thought it was a little easier than that, but it is tricky off the tee, and they've added a bunch of OB, and so it does make it a little more difficult than it otherwise would be.
And if you don't make it past all these trees, it can leave you a pretty difficult upshot.
Yeah, if you don't get at least 2/3 of the way down the fairway, it's tricky.
Where Kyle's going to be throwing that shot from can be pretty difficult. There's a lot of trees up by the basket, so you really have to position for a shot around those.
Did he hit a tree there?
I
did he just get caught up
totally
in that snow?
miss that. I think he got caught up in that snow.
Yeah. Here's Luis. Oh, just ripped it a little too hard, maybe.
Yeah, that looked like it was flipping over.
Oh, no.
There's, like you said, a lot of out of bounds out there that really can come into play if you turn one over just a little too much.
That's straight down the line. It might fade out a little more than he wants, but that'll give it an upshot. I mean, it's a combined hole, and that's the tee pad for the second hole that is combined.
Right. That's not too bad of a place to be.
It's a familiar spot, if nothing else.
Yes. Oh, and that's heading right towards it. Oh, just caught that last tree. Just caught that row of trees.
Yeah, that was going right at the wall. That's an interesting little lie. Right underneath the tree there.
Yeah, I guess that's where the group had made a consensus on.
Look at that snap. Basically a standstill.
Right. You can see a clearing Joe's made for himself here. Definitely footing was an issue during this tournament.
That shot looks pretty darn good, though.
Yeah, that had to be pretty close to end up right there. That looked like it had a chance.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, he's just playing the second hole that makes up the second part of this hole.
Yeah.
That's what you want to do.
That's as easy as it's going to get for the third shot.
Here's Kyle for his third shot.
Kind of
give him a par.
There's a lot of trees between him and the basket. So.
I think this is for Luis's par since he had gone OB. He was definitely giving that a run with that spin putt of his.
Well, there's such a nice backdrop behind the basket.
Right, you may as well.
Hill. It's really worth it a lot of times to give it a little bit.
Although that stance Joe has right there can be really awkward.
Yeah, it's less than fun with some of the snow on the hill. It looks like you found a nice spot that didn't have a bunch of snow.
Yeah, and the leaves can make it kind of slippery as well, though. That was Kyle tapping out his par. Here we have Luis for his bogey. And Justin for his birdie.
Great upshot.
Yeah, really nice upshot.
So Joe will get one more on Kyle and bring the lead to 2, but Justin also closing in on Kyle here. Bringing Kyle's lead down to 2.
So here they have an OB area in the middle. And I'm always really hoping to see these guys. You know they all have the arm to get past this out of bounds area.
Yeah, it's a really risky shot. So in the right wind, it's a little safer than other times, but you do have to decide on the tee pad what you're playing for. If you lay up, you're not getting the 3, and you need to just accept that.
Right. I don't think any of them can get there from short of this out of bounds.
No.
If you want a chance for the birdie, you really have to go for getting past this out of bounds on your drive.
Yeah. How far is this? 870 something feet? 879?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and the OB line that they're laying up to is probably 350, maybe 400 off the tee.
Well, it kind of bends away, so it kind of varies between those lengths, I'd say.
Yeah. I mean, if
depending
you're short
on how right you are, how far to the right you are, but then you bring that wall into play that has OB.
Yeah, I mean, if you're short of that OB line from laying up, you're at least 500 feet to the pin still.
Right.
And so Joe's doing the sensible thing and just going hyzer.
It's like Justin got a kick off of the wall there.
And this year they put the flags like a foot away from the wall, so there was an opportunity to go OB and still not be over the wall.
Right, you could be up against the wall and be out of bounds.
Yeah. Kyle's just put that flat, not taking any chances.
Although they do have this little
that's
area of out of bounds. Yeah, that turned a lot back to the left. You can see that out of bounds along the wall you were talking about a minute ago there.
That looks fine. Oh my.
Woo-hoo.
Flashed it. That was really pretty.
Looked like Joe could have used a little bit more turn there, but that should work out just fine.
See if Luis gives this a run. Yeah, that'll be fine.
Yep, that'll give him a par.
Wow.
I think this is for Kyle's par now. He was trying to give it a run, it kind of looked like.
For sure, yeah. Definitely does not like laying anything up ever.
Oh, that was a really nice putt for birdie from Joe there.
Putt for par.
Oh, you're right. That was par because of the...
Intentional par, though. So.
Yeah, so that's well played.
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping to see some of them going for it over that out of bounds, though. I know they all have the arm for that with the elevated tee.
But I think the only one we saw go for it during this tournament, at least on the footage, was Nate Metzler.
Yeah, and he did make it.
He did make it. Didn't quite convert on the birdie.
Right, but he was the only one we've seen have a chance for a birdie on this hole.
Yeah, most everyone else has gotten the par that they play for.
Right. Kyle got the weird out of bounds they put around the shorter basket location.
Yeah.
But other than that, they all played it smart and weren't penalized for it.
Yeah, and in fairness to the course designers, that OB is there for everybody. So it's annoying when you find it, but it's not like you're the only one that's going to find it. It's it's not like you didn't know about it. I'm just surprised that skipped out as much as it did, honestly.
Yeah, it was way to the right. So this is the normal hole one of the course.
Skip. Nice
and
drive.
That's a great play for it. Ryan's hand a little bit there, but he's trying to keep the glare off of it for us.
Doing a good job of keeping the glare off. Does that have the distance? Just needed a little more turn.
Just a little short. That can be a tricky shot because he's on the wrong side of that tree.
He might even have to throw a little flick upshot Anheuser at it.
Yeah, that would be my preferred line from where he's at for sure.
Oh, did Lou flip that enough? I'm not sure he did.
No, that's
as long as that stays in bounds, he's got a putt from up there.
Yeah, there is the shot between those two trees, so he's not totally blocked necessarily.
It's downhill, so if you miss, you're going a ways, but...
Yeah, it's definitely an intimidating putt.
Kyle's looking to join him up there a little bit.
Oh, and he got a little too far, yeah. Yep, here's that flick up shot, looks like.
Doesn't look like he had anything else.
No, that'll work. That'll get him out of trouble. Hopefully save him his 3.
Get down. Oh, never mind. That was a good-looking putt.
Yeah, Kyle having to do a little bit of interesting lean out and still throw through the branches.
Here's Joe for a birdie.
Yeah. Looks like outside the circle a little bit.
I think so. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, man. He's let a couple of those go a little low, nose down.
Well, in this one, the slope isn't so much that you really think about it a lot, but it's more uphill than you really think it is. So it's hard to give it enough to get all the way up the hill sometimes.
Yeah, Edora's kind of softly rolling hills will catch you off guard occasionally.
Right.
I mean, you can see Justin was, maybe 10, 15 feet away from the basket, and the bottom of the basket was right around his chest level.
Right. It's more of an incline than you really give it credit for when you're out there.
It's enough to be one of the few
sledding hills. We got to start par. It's not quite the birdie frame we're looking for, but a par frame at least.
It might still be the first star frame.
Right.
Here's a chance to get our birdies, or get our birdie frame.
This one's definitely a birdie opportunity. It's only 341 and downhill, so it's a good one for just floating in mid at it or something.
Yeah.
Maybe playing a soft fairway driver throw that you can just skip under the tree.
That looks like a mid from Joe.
Yeah.
That thing is very straight.
Depending on the wind, I wouldn't even be too surprised to see some of them pull out a putter.
Yeah. It can be done for sure.
If it's a tailwind, it's a good play for it because you don't have the big turn.
Is that coming back? Oh, wow.
Yeah, he really got on that one.
Not coming back.
And unfortunately, it went out pretty early.
I was about to ask, how soon did that go out of bounds? Where'd they give it to him? But
I'd say they probably only gave him maybe 80 to 100 feet at most.
Yeah, that's probably about where it was. Hey, backdoor shot.
Yeah, that's
nice.
A scary line. It's not necessarily what you draw up, but it works pretty well if you get it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's what he was drawing up. But
yeah, it's definitely not what I'm ever trying, but I'm glad when I get it.
Yeah. Missed by the exact right amount.
Yeah.
That might skip under it.
Or just
not.
Caught up. And that's what I tend to do, is I throw it straight at that with something that'll tail out a little to the left.
Yeah, he is a ways out still. That looks better, though.
He's got such a nice, smooth little sidearm shot.
Yeah, rolled to an awkward spot, but
I think he got far enough in to have that window out of the trees, so
we got
should
a
be all
lefty
right.
sidearm from Kyle. Oh, wow.
He looked at a lot of different options there before he chose that one.
He has so many different tricks in the bag.
Yeah.
Whether it's a lefty sidearm, lefty backhand,
Yeah,
the
there you
occasional
go.
thumber, the occasional
there's
grenade.
this nice little window. As long as you get far enough through the tree, then you're not too bad off in there. Joe with a nice wide open look. That's always the best way.
Yeah.
Just straight at the basket.
No trees in the stance, just right there.
Yeah. And Luis, too. That's what makes that back door so nice. He doesn't even have to be looking at OB no matter how far away it is.
Great shot.
Yeah, great birdie by them. Great par there. From where he was, that's a good save.
Yeah, he almost birdied it.
Yeah.
Crazy. So Kyle's one down on the round going into the last hole. He's 4 behind Joe, so it sure looks like Joe is going to run away with this one at this point. But
Yeah.
there's still a really, really difficult battle going on for second place.
And this is a really difficult finishing hole here.
Mm-hmm.
So anything could still happen. You have a Mando right and an OB right and a Mando left, and then a turn to the right and another Mando right.
Yeah, not to mention the second card was all 1 to 2 strokes off of what Luis and Justin shot.
Right. So we don't know what they're doing yet. That
Mm-hmm.
could definitely be coming into play.
That is right about where you want it. Maybe a little short.
Right.
A little too close to that tree, but he's still going to have a line.
Yeah, a little longer would have been better so that you have a better look for that second shot.
That looks really nice. Oh,
Yep.
that's an awkward little
Weird.
stake right next to his lie.
Here's Kyle trying to line up a nice rip down the middle. What do you think he's throwing there?
Oh, he's probably throwing Cloudbreaker.
That was kind of what I was thinking too.
Did he get around the Mando?
He did make the Mandos.
make
He
the
just
Mandos.
hit that last tree there, or he would have been in really good position.
Dang. It was still cruising when it stopped.
Yeah.
When it hit whatever it hit. That looked like it got turned a little too much.
He's safe at least,
Yeah.
though. That'll be alright. He's not quite past the Mando, though, so he's actually got 2 to maneuver still.
Well, and being so close to that right side Mando, it really cuts off some of your options for your upshot.
Yeah.
And that's the consequence of that.
Just didn't turn that over at all coming out of his hand.
Is that OB or is that
unfortunately.
safe?
That is out of bounds.
Mm.
That whole little island area that it landed in is out of bounds.
So it did
there.
land in that
Yeah.
little- yeah.
It's on the other side of the sidewalk.
That has made all the Mandos, it looks like, as long as it stables up. Yeah.
Yeah,
You'll have
just
a
a
putt.
little low, but with those branches, that's probably the better bet.
Mm-hmm. Joe with his upshot going for the wide
Yeah.
sidearm, which if you can get yourself in position for it is the preferred way to play the hole, I would think.
That was a very well thrown sidearm, too. It's like Kyle's lining up the roller.
That'll be fun. The wind was pushing a little bit right to left, though, so it's not the best wind for a roller, but that's
Yeah,
trying to work back.
Yeah, it just, like you said, the wind didn't want to let it cut back in.
Yeah. Forgot how breezy it was that day. They weren't calling for it to be that breezy all weekend with the weather forecast, but it's Colorado in spring. When do they get it right?
Right. And it's a meltdown. It's got to have some issues with the weather. It
Yeah.
always does.
Lived up to its name this year while we were melting down a snowfall the
Yeah.
entire
Last
weekend,
year,
but-
it seemed like it was freezing us in instead of melting down.
Yeah.
So I'll take the weather we had this year over that anytime.
Yeah.
That's a nice up by Luis.
Mm-hmm.
Well played.
say, with how tight the battle is for second, I'm sure any one of them would love to take advantage of one of these long putts. Just a little too much. Too much want.
Yeah. I believe this is for his 3 here. For Joe's 3.
Yeah, way to put an exclamation point on it.
That's a really tough 3 to get. That hole looked really difficult.
It was. It really was.
Sure. Even without those Mandos, it would have been tough. It's not like you could have played the skip shot off the parking lot with all the cars there.
Oh, yeah, off that parking lot. I was going to say, I bet people would have done the skip off the road.
Yeah, without the cars, they would have.
Yeah, well, on the drive.
Yeah,
That's why they put the Mando there, was to keep people from doing it. But finish up with a par for Kyle. Keep his round at under par, at the very least.
Yeah. All right.
And there we have it. Joe Rovere shooting another 7 down.
Yeah, very consistent player.
Mm-hmm. And Tyler Liebman did end up sneaking into second from Chase Card.
Yeah.
He shot the hot round on the day. He shot a 55, which is what Kyle had shot the day before. So
That's
he tied the hot round on the
round.
tournament. Yeah, it was a great round. Shout out to a couple of locals. Matthew Lamb doesn't play a lot of tournaments. He's an Adora guy, and he snuck himself into the top 10, so had a great finish. And,
yeah, that was pretty fun round to watch. There was a lot of battling all through it.
Definitely was.
All right, well, thanks for joining us, everybody. Hope to see you next time.